One of the reasons why the medical community is the most panicked over the raw milk rage that's going on right now is something called hemolytic uremic syndrome. So hemolytic uremic syndrome is a constellation of symptoms that is caused from a specific kind of E. coli bacteria that the main carrier is cattle in the United States. So it's a Shiga producing E. coli bacteria that produces a certain toxin. And that toxin, when in the gut, brings a lot of water and it causes inflammation in the gut. And typically there's a high fever, bloody diarrhea, intense cramping, and dehydration. The problem with this E. coli is that you can't treat it with an antibiotic, because if you do, see, antibiotics actually kill the bacteria. And when you kill this specific bacteria, when it bursts open, it releases all of its toxin at one time, and it increases your risk of something called hemolytic uremic syndrome. And hemolytic uremic syndrome is where the platelets, or the cells that clot your blood, go down, your hemoglobin, or what carries oxygen in your blood, goes down, and your kidney function goes down. So these kiddos get really sick really, really quickly. 50% of them end up on dialysis. There can be recurrence. A lot of them end up having to have transplants and long-term issues. They're almost always in the intensive care unit. And there's very little treatments because, again, you can't treat the bacteria or it will get worse. So you end up having to use antibodies to try to calm down the inflammatory process that goes on and support them through it. And you just kind of have to watch and see and hope that you can do all of the things. Kiddos end up on dialysis, and it's a really, really awful and a lot of times preventable infection. So the most common cause of E. coli, sugar-producing E. coli that leads to HUS in the United States, is beef, right? But here's the thing, that is because milk has been pasteurized to get rid of that E. coli for over 100 years. So we do see this more in the raw milk consuming population because of the fact that this is carried by cattle. E. coli can be found in raw milk. It is usually killed by pasteurization. So in areas where raw milk consumption goes up, we notice E. coli goes up and HUS goes up. We don't make public recommendations for no reason. They're not made just random and hope it all works out. They're made because the consequences are more severe than not. Don't think that pasteurized milk is as healthy for you. Don't drink it. You don't need milk. We're the only species that continues to drink milk from another animal after we are weaned from our mother. You drink milk because it tastes good. It has some added nutritional benefit, but you can get it from other sources. So please don't fall into this stereotype that this natural milk is better for you, because there's a reason why we don't use it. So it does not matter where you get it from. It does not matter if you know the cow yourself. It is not worth the risk. There's a reason we make this recommendation. If you have any questions, let me know.